The Lions on the clock now. What direction will they go? And the Giants now on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? On the clock now, it's the Packers, and time is ticking. Now we turn to the Browns. They're on the clock. The Saints are on the clock now. What direction will they go? All right, the Chiefs are now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Dolphins, and time is ticking. Okay, next up, it's the Packers on the clock. All right, it's the Browns now on the clock. The Chiefs on the clock now. The Giants are on the clock now. Now the Packers are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? And the Browns on the clock now. Let's see what direction they go in. All right, on the clock now, the Saints. Okay, the Chiefs are on the clock now. Now the Dolphins are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? The Packers are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Chiefs. Okay, next up, it's the Dolphins on the clock. All right, the Packers are now on the clock. Okay, the Browns on the clock now. On the clock now, it's the Packers, and time is ticking. All right, next up, the football team on the clock. The Chiefs are up now. Let's see what direction they go. The Cowboys on the clock now. What direction will they go? Okay, next up, it's the Packers on the clock. Now we turn to the Browns. They're on the clock. All right, the Chiefs are now on the clock. Now the Broncos are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? Now the Packers are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? The Lions on the clock now. The Chiefs on the clock now. When DeMarcus Ware was selected 11th overall in the 2005 NFL Draft, he became the first Troy University player to ever be chosen in the opening round. Now, 17 years later, he's the first Trojan to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His 138.5 sacks rank 9th all-time in NFL history. And his 9 Pro Bowl selections are tied with fellow legends like Walter Payton, Ed Reed, Derek Thomas, and John Elway. Now, DeMarcus joins them in the Hall of Fame.
Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. This is taken just shy of the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay.
Well, we've all seen what Tom Brady can do on a football field for a couple of decades now. But how about his most impressive accomplishment? Moving to a different franchise and taking them to a Super Bowl title as well. Not many players can continually stiff-arm Father Time the way that he has.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. That's caught by Howard. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. A first carry for Leonard Fournette.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. 2nd and 10. Brady now to throw. That's complete to Tyler Johnson. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. And, Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. Fournette, a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
From the 27, Brady. And Brate, the tight end's got it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here's Brady to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Throwing now is Brady. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Succop's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Rodgers throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
I showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone could get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They're going to line up to go for this on fourth down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Fournette once more on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. For 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. Underneath, he's got Brady. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Brady now on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, and the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
A pass underneath for Fournette. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now Brady again. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Brady going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Brady to throw again. And he hauls it in for the Bucs. touchdown. Scotty Miller there to make the grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A 10-play drive that time, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying, make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. 2nd down at 4. On play action. Now Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Brady now on 1st down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cameron Brate there to make the grab. And the Buccaneers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes our score 17-0. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 31, Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the 1st half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Evans has got the 1st down and then some. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. The final shot before half for Brady. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And it's been all Eagles in the first half as they lead at the intermission.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Rodgers now on first down. Flush to his right. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Now Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Again, it's Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with fourth down, forthcoming.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about it picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on fourth down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Patrick Ricard taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. So nothing fancy there. That was just a fullback dive. Defensively, they were ready for it.
They were, and I think that surprised the guys on offense because handing it to the fullback, well, you don't do that very often, so that's a tendency breaker. And I think they just wanted to say, let's just go straight ahead. As you said, nothing fancy. Everyone move someone out of the way and let the big guy work. Didn't get it done, though.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points. So
the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Brady. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. To throw, it's Brady. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
But listen, when you got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there in a tackle for just a short gain.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 11. Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and that's complete to Adams. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Rodgers again now. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do They'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his...
He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Throw left side complete. That's Miller. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. On 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This time it's 3rd and 3. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a 1-score game here in the 2nd half. 1st and 10. Looking for the end zone. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, 26 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. But that makes this a two-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, it's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Suckup for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second. Down. On play action. Now Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 55 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Rodgers going to throw deep for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams there to make the grab. And the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
On 1st down, Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Miller. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, Why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So that'll back him up 5. Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now Leonard Fournette. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. To throw is Brady. He completes it to Evans. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. Play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. And they take a knee.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Tampa Bay, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.